Good evening. My name is Tim Brenner, and I am the lead co-principal of Waukegan High School. I would like to welcome you to the 148th commencement exercise. We ask that everyone please stand for the presentation of our colors. I now ask Ms. Ashley Carrillo, Waukegan High School JROTC Cadet Regional Commander, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening. My name is Daniel Hill, and I am the co-principal of Waukegan High School. I would like to ask Senior Class President Daniel Contreras to come to the podium for welcoming remarks.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Contreras, and I was fortunate enough to be this year's Senior Class President. I have the honor of welcoming all of our students, friends, family, faculty, and staff to this class of 2021's last of 3 graduation ceremonies. Being a gay student in Waukegan, it was very difficult to express myself due to social norms. I didn't know who to go to or how to help myself. But in my peers from the class of 2021, I was able to find trust, confidence, and strength that helped me stand my ground and overcome all the hardships in my life. I was lucky enough to find peers who helped strengthen me, but I know there are students here who did not have my luck and had to endure life on their own. The one common ground I see between us is we were able to persevere through all the obstacles in our life. None of us let the others get the best of us. None of us caved in. All of us made it to the end. Through our journeys and experiences, we learned, discussed, and educated ourselves. But it didn't stop there. With our learned knowledge, we wanted to improve the quality of our life for not only ourselves, but for the generations to come, by speaking with those who didn't share our feelings and helped everyone understand that we must work together to achieve our goal of respect and free expression for all. Because of our drive to want to change things and help others, I can proudly say that the class of 2021 is a unique class that is like no other. The class of 2021 had to traverse this ever-changing path called Waukegan High School as the very first class with the new school structure and having to adjust our pre-designed image of Waukegan High School from stories by older siblings. We had heard about the structure of houses, CSP, and which building we were going to attend. Little did we know, we'd have to learn both buildings and many experiences with new teachers instead of house-specific instructors. We learned about our new home and learned how to adapt to Waukegan and life with the many changes put forth by not only our district, but our own circumstances as well. Once we thought we had everything under control, COVID-19 came into our life. We lost the end of our junior year and lost the entirety of our senior year. We didn't get to have our senior events, such as prom or skip day, sports games, or even pictures of our last year in high school. Through all of this, we still were able to persevere and find strength to make it here to this day. I know with the strength, knowledge, and perseverance we have earned these past 4 years, the class of 2021 is going to make the change our community wants to see. Remember, Bulldogs, don't let the world change you. Remember your roots. Take pride in Waukegan and the experiences you had here at these high schools. Show the world the amazing perspectives it's missing out on by not being a Bulldog. Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. I would now like to ask Senior Class Vice President Abigail Aguilar to come to the podium for the introduction of the platform guest.
Good evening to all who are gathered here to witness the commencement exercise for the graduating class of 2021. My name is Abigail Aguilar, and I am the Senior Class Vice President. It is an honor to see the faces of all of our families, friends, faculty, staff, and distinguished members of the Waukegan Public Schools administration. Thank you all for being here today. It is my honor to introduce the distinguished people on the platform behind us today. Ms. Teresa Plasencia, Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Brandon Ewing, President of the Board of Education. Mr. Rick Riddle, Vice President of the Board of Education. Ms. Anita Hanna, Senior Board of Education Member. Mrs. Charlotte Callahan Wozniak, Board of Education Member. Mr. Jeff McBride, Board of Education Member. Ms. Lucy Luguizamo, Board of Education Member. Ms. Adriana Gonzalez, Board of Education Member. Mr. LeBaron Moten, Deputy of Faculties and Support Services. Mr. Nicholas Alajakis, Director of Communications, Chief of Staff. Miss Amanda Patty, Area Superintendent of School Support. Miss Shani Keeling, Area Superintendent of School Support. Mr. Angel Figueroa, Associate Superintendent of Human Resources and Employee Relations. Miss Gwendolyn Polk, Assistant Superintendent of Business and Financial Services. Mr. Tim Briner, Lead Co-Principal, Waukegan High School. Mr. Daniel Hill, Co-Principal, Waukegan High School. Mrs. Flor Carter, Principal, Alternative Optional Education Center. We thank you all for your involvement in our educational career in the Waukegan Public Schools. And we thank you for being here today as we celebrate one of our great milestones in our life. You are appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. It is my distinct honor to present to you our 2021 Valedictorian, Mariette Sosa, who will give her speech entitled Lessons Learned.
Good afternoon, Waukegan High School staff, esteemed board members, families, and most importantly, the class of 2021. My name is Mariette Sosa, and it is a great honor for me to give this valedictorian address. Thank you all for being part of this special moment as all of us say goodbye to high school and take the lessons that we learned during these 4 years off into the world. I still remember how excited I was for the lessons we learned on our first day of first grade. The white and navy blue uniform, the desk with my name in fancy lettering, the new teacher I'd meet. That day, I learned how important it was to be extroverted and be open to new friendships and experiences. Of course, as the years flew by, the lessons I learned were not as lighthearted and sweet. But as we grew, we learned lessons through many sources of our lives. We learned for experience, we learned for our friends, we learned for the topics that challenged us, like our classes at the high school. But the most important lessons I've ever learned came from my mom and dad. Los quiero mucho, Maipa. My mother has always been my number one supporter. She was my definition of persistence and determination. She sacrificed so much in order to provide the best for her family when she left her career, country, and family back in Mexico to give us a shot at the American dream. And I'm working endlessly to repay back the enormous love and care that she provided me. Studying her over these 18 years has taught me so much about who I want to become, and she has shaped me into the person I am today. She taught me the meaning of love, sacrifice, and devotion. She encourages me when I'm insecure, reassures me when I'm nervous, consoles me when I'm upset, and teaches me when I'm lost. She taught me what it means to be a great mother, a powerful woman, and a proud Latina. In my family, our lessons were often delivered through a little bit of tough love. My mom was no stranger to tough days and tough lessons. She worked 3 jobs to keep a roof over our heads, bring the food to our table, and keep the electricity and water running in our home. But one lesson I'll never forget is when I was 6 and I got lost at the store. While wandering through the toy section, I accidentally let go of my mom's hand to stare at these Powerpuff Girl dolls. All of a sudden, I had no clue where my mom was. She was nearby, but had wanted me to learn how to stay calm, ask for help, and stay safe if it should ever happen again. So from a distance, she watched over me. I'm absolutely sure I panicked at least a little bit at first, but I had remembered my mom's teachings. I looked around for an employee, told him I was lost, and then my mom's name is Ruth Juarez. My mom swooped in immediately, grabbed my hand, and hugged me tight. She wasn't mad. She praised me for keeping calm and for not being afraid to ask for help. After that day, I never felt nervous or scared to ask for help, to speak up during class, or to bring attention to causes and issues that were important to me. Thanks to her, I've never been afraid to voice my opinion, to speak up for myself, and to challenge ideas and customs. Now, as I head off to New York to start the next 4 years of my life, I do it without fear or worry. I know that I can always find my way back home to her in Waukegan. It's a good habit that has helped me over the years, in school and in challenging situations that came my way. In addition to her somewhat unconventional life lessons, my mom had a very trademark dicho, or expression. Both of my parents do. When I was 13, I was offered a spot at the prestigious Illinois Math and Science Academy. I was afraid to go, afraid that I didn't belong amongst these passionate STEM students with goals far different to mine, and I argued instead that I would be more well-rounded if I went to Waukegan High School with the rest of my friends. I defended my decision to my parents by saying that Waukegan was just as good, that I would get good grades and stay out of trouble, and colleges would still accept me. She said, "El que es perico, donde quiera es verde." Like many Spanish expressions, this cannot be translated into English. But what she said roughly translates to, "the good always rises." My mom believed in me, and she believed in that no matter where I went, that I would excel. Throughout high school, I always tried to do my best, to never quit, to never back down. I took all the AP classes I could. I participated in many leadership positions in clubs and JROTC. I developed strong relationships with my classmates and followed adults who motivated me. I worked on who I was and what I wanted to dedicate my life to after school. And thankfully, like my mom said, the good light did shine through. And no matter what path you take in life, give it your all. Be the best parent. Be the best electrician. Be the best architect. Be the best in what you wish to be. The world can be a quite negative and dark place sometimes, but the good will shine through, just as long as you stay passionate and put your all. Any discussions of the life lessons that brought me to this podium today would also be incomplete without mentioning my dad. Pa, I couldn't have made it without you either. My father works hard. He sets the best example for my brother and I, and educated us about life and about the challenges that eventually come our way. I can understand how they got together back then, because like my mom, he was a bit of a fan of teaching for tough love. I used to ask him a billion questions and expected him to give me all the answers to all life mysteries. I still remember the time where he taught me how to ride a bike. I was really nervous and scared. I knew riding a bike meant I had to fall, so I was terrified, and after weeks of lessons and him running behind me holding a seat, I still couldn't ride by myself. I fell again and again, and each time my father would reassure me and show me there's no lasting damage, and then he would sit me right back on the seat again. I sat on the seat and was pedaling. In the minute I got a little confident, he let go and I panicked. He lied to me, and for a second I was heartbroken. I looked back nervously and screamed, "Ayúdame!" As I sped out of control along the road, all I could hear my grinning dad say was, "Busca la manera." Eventually I crashed and fell onto the cement. Busca la manera became his trademark expression in my house. So he was always telling us to find a way or discover the solution on our own. When I asked him to help me change the oil in the car, he would say, "Busca la manera." When I felt frustrated about my AP Calc homework, once again, "Busca la manera." I do not know if this was his genius way out of getting out of helping me, but it worked. It worked. I was forced to become more self-reliant. I learned to teach myself, and I became more confident and fearless. So, I hope you're happy and brought it back. I found a way. Thanks for pointing me in the right direction, giving me a little push, and letting me figure it all out on my own. Thank you for letting me go, and for letting me fall. Everyone needs to fall once in a while, and I'm sure I will scrape my knees again in the future, but one thing is for sure. I'm going to pick myself up, dust myself off, and buscar la manera. So now, as we all go off in the future, whether it's to a trade school, the military, college, the workforce, or wherever el viento te lleva, remember the lessons you learned both at school and at home. Cherish the wisdom that your family and friends have imparted. Face your futures with an open mind, a full heart, and with knowledge you have gained, and say yes to every opportunity and new experience. Our lives are our own now, and no one can tell us what we can or cannot accomplish. No one's in control over just how far you go in life. Our futures are full of promise and potential. While some life lessons take longer for others to learn, and even though we will take different paths and stops on our journey, if you believe in yourself and learn from successes and failures, your good will always shine through. Go out into the world and use the lessons you learned here and at home to make things better, to find a way to inspire others like your parents and teachers did. So I'll get on our metaphorical bikes and ride off to the distance in search of new lessons and challenges. And through our successes and failures, we can change the world. The answers are out there, just busca la manera, and our collective good will shine through. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariette. It is my honor to present our 2021 Salutatorian, Kendall Woods, who will give their speech entitled, "Okay."
Hello, all. Are you guys shocked? I am. I cannot believe that we're here right now. It's the end of the year, and it feels like it both dragged on and flew by. We're kind of in an odd spot. We had high school, and now we're having graduation, and then we go on from there. We become adults after today, basically. and it just doesn't quite feel right. Some of us were thrown into adulthood as the world was thrown into this pandemic. Aside from having to manage a consistent flow of classwork, we had to teach siblings at home, or take up a part-time job or two, or help fix technology, or care for other family members. We didn't get that last dose of childhood, that last transition before entering a chaotic adulthood. In a way, the pandemic pre-exposed us to the chaos of the rest of the world, even if it was a little bit exaggerated and a prolonged exposure. Maybe we're actually a little bit more prepared than any year before us. It still sucks that we didn't get to have some of our events, especially the ones that are a part of tradition. We didn't get to have a traditional year with traditional events, but we did get to have an adapted year with adapted events. We found our way around the chaos that could have completely destroyed our senior year. It's okay if this improvising is one of the few things we take from this year. There are other things that it's taught us that maybe aren't so skill-based, but it's fine if we just come away with being able to improvise, because it plays into everything else. We also had to learn how to take care of ourselves. We had to find pockets of time to do absolutely nothing, or to get all the work from the last 3 weeks done, or to work on that one project we hadn't started or haven't been able to finish, or to just breathe, or to sleep for a bit between classes, because last night was a late one. It's okay if taking mental health breaks is one of the few things we take from this year, because it's a huge part of being able to function every day. We also had a lot of questions to ask, whether it be on homework, or about a policy, or an event, or even just about how someone's day went. We had questions. Most of the time we'd be able to get an answer, or if we asked it enough times, we'd be told that it would get answered soon. Other times, we'd be able to get the help we needed when we needed it, even if things were still a little bit difficult. It's okay to ask questions. And it's okay to ask for help, because we've all either been there or are going to be there soon, and we'll all need a little bit of assistance or clarification. It's okay if this questioning ability is one of the few things we take from this year, because there are a lot of confusing things out in the world. I'm still shocked that we're here, but shocked in a good way. We made it through so much to get here, maybe more than any year before us. It might have been a really strange year, but we've made it through. And now, we're about to walk the stage. Now, we're about to move on. It's okay to not feel prepared, but we have all these smaller skills to move on. We learn to improvise when things go completely wrong. We learn to take care of ourselves to stay somewhat sane. And we learn to ask questions, because we're not alone in our confusion. They're all important as we move through, but maybe it's a lot to remember. Whether we're confused or overjoyed, or infuriated or worried, our future is here, and that's okay. Now I hope that we're all excited, or at least relieved to be at the end, as we cross the stage. But there's still one larger thing that this year has taught us. The one idea we should all take from this year, and I mean everyone, the administration, the teachers and staff, the families, and especially students, with no conditions. It's okay to not be okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Kendall. I now ask the senior class representatives to the stage to present the senior class gift.
The senior class of 2021 is presenting a donation of funds towards the Washington campus hallway portrait project as this year's senior class gift.
This donation will help commemorate and remember the contributions, events, and memories of the class of 2021 in the Washington campus hallways.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, senior class, and I proudly accept this gift on behalf of Waukegan High School and Waukegan Community Unit School District 60. Thank you again.
Before I say a few words, I would first like to ask all of our military veterans and current active military in the audience tonight to please stand and be recognized. We also have some of our graduates that have taken the oath to serve our military. Please stand and be recognized when your name is called. Abigail Aguilar. Sarah Ariza. Daniel Garcia. Celine Aleo. Edwin Guadarrama. Victor Candia Perez. Luis Millan. And Kevin Vasquez. We all salute you for your service and sacrifice through which we can have our freedom today. Thank you, and you now may be seated. There's a special group that needs to be recognized this evening. This group of individuals here tonight have sponsored awards for some of our graduates. Please stand when your name is called to be recognized.
Ashley Cullen Williams, Trio Educational Talent Search. Laura Rios, Waukegan to College.
Thank you for your support and encouragement to our graduating class. Your efforts on behalf of our students are greatly appreciated. Thank you. Some of you may have noticed your elementary and middle school principals here in the audience tonight. I ask that these individuals please stand to be recognized at this time. Next, I would recognize another group of individuals here this evening. These individuals work tireless hours with you during your high school careers. High school teachers and administrators, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. Last but certainly not least, students, I want you to stand and recognize your parents, guardians, family, and friends that are here tonight that came to support you and to push you to this level today. Some of you didn't think you would be here. Graduates, please stand and recognize your family and friends. Thank you. You may be seated.
At our Wednesday evening ceremony, the parents of our valedictorian and salutatorian presented their students with those medals of achievement. Please join me tonight in recognizing those two individuals at this time. Mariette Sosa and Kendall Woods, please stand to be recognized.
Woo!
Thank you. You may be seated.
Good evening. My name is Flor Carter, and I am the principal of the Alternative Optional Education Center, or AOEC. It is my honor to recognize the top 10 students, or the next 8 students with the highest GPA behind the Valedictorian and Salutatorian in the class of 2021 that are being recognized tonight. Please stand when your name is called. Rafael Bedoin. Kelly Beltran. Naomi Gonzalez. Adelie Jimenez. Andrew Matute. Nancy Miranda. Rebecca Bisano and Ethan Vergara. Thank you. You may be seated. Finally, would all of our students graduating cum laude, signified by a green cord, please stand and be recognized. Will our magna cum laude graduates, signified by a white cord, please stand and be recognized. I now ask that all of our seated students that are graduating summa cum laude, signified by a gold cord, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. At this time, it is my honor to have our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Teresa Placencia, take the podium for her message to our graduates.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas tardes. Thank you. Graduates, families, and friends, I'm thrilled that all of you are gathered here today to celebrate the class of 2021. Today is a very special day for several reasons. One, we are excited to celebrate the completion of more than a decade-long journey by a class of resilient and resourceful seniors. It is also the first time in more than a year that we have gathered on this grand of a scale. I am hopeful that this milestone is a sign that the times ahead are returning to something normal and familiar. While the purpose of this ceremony is in part to celebrate what lies ahead for this special group of young adults, it is also an opportunity to reflect on the journey that brought us to this point. This is a unique class, as each of you was faced with unprecedented adversity throughout your senior year. Many of your traditions, rites of passage, and even the ability to see family, friends were taken from you. The strength of spirit each of you displayed throughout these challenges is admirable. And you should all be immensely proud that despite everything, you are still sitting here today as graduates. As you continue to grow, I believe many of you will begin to view this time of your life differently. One of the stranger aspects of the passage of time is that you often tend to view the most challenging periods with some sense of gratitude. It is in these times that define us, change us, and mold us into who we are supposed to be. It is only when our resolve is tested that we truly grow and we find out our capabilities are beyond what we initially believed. But our largest hardships in life are not meant to be faced alone. And during this pandemic, I think all of us were reminded of how vital the support of those close to us is. During the last 14 months, that support has come from parents, family, teachers, and classmates, and close friends. And in many instances, there were many who led the way during the dark times we endured. Today, I want to recognize some special students. These student leaders have been a beacon of strength and resilience during this time and embraced their responsibilities for their fellow classmates. Each night during these special ceremonies, we will be recognizing one graduate who has gone above and beyond for their classmates with a $500 scholarship. These student actions and support have been incredible and indicative of the community that we live in. I'd like to call up this time Mrs. Shar Callahan Wozniak and Miss Adriana Gonzalez, if they would please assist me. This evening, I am excited to recognize Tammy Garron. Tammy, can you please come up, please? I'm gonna show you. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2021. We know you will make us proud. It is my pleasure now to welcome our board president, Brandon Ewing, who's also an alumni.
All right, Waukegan High School class of 2021, you made it. If you made it through 2021 and are here this evening, let me hear you and your guests make some noise. You survived. Now, I'm about to date myself with this reference, but there's a message from 3 great philosophers named Michelle, Kelly, and Beyonce that I think is appropriate tonight. These 3 philosophers sung the important refrain, "I'm a survivor." The song says, "I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive and keep on surviving." Bulldogs, you are still standing, and with today's commencement, you will begin what is the first day of the rest of your life. I want to pause briefly to recognize the more than 500,000 individuals that we have lost to COVID. When we closed schools last March, none of us knew how long it would be for. You all expected to enjoy your senior year, but in order to survive, we had to do what Waukeganites have been doing forever, and that is adapting for survival. Merriam-Webster defines survival as the state or fact of continuing to live or exist despite an accident, ordeal, or difficult circumstances. I think we can all agree that this last year has been full of difficult circumstances. Our nation and our community has been challenged in unprecedented ways. But like generations of Americans before us, we have risen to the challenge. And while not out of the woods, we have persevered. This crisis has impacted us all, but like with so many things, it has disproportionately impacted communities of color like Waukegan. What we have seen is that we had issues with healthcare in our community prior to COVID. What we know is we had issues with access to affordable mental health before COVID. What we have experienced is the harm, disinvestment, and public education has done to our schools. What we have witnessed is disparate outcomes based on race, both before and after the murder of George Floyd. We are a community of survivors and descendants of those who survived despite more difficult odds than we have experienced even today. So what I want you to do after today is what those 3 women proclaim. Promise me you ain't gonna give up. Promise me you will work harder. Promise me you are going to make it. Promise me you will keep on thriving. I need you to promise these things to me because this community needs you. Promise me because those people sitting to your left and your right need you. Promise me because I need your help addressing the issues described earlier that existed before COVID and the long-lasting impact COVID will still have in our lives for years to come. Promise me because we as a community must move past survival to thriving. I will close with the words of the great poet Beyonce, aka Queen Bee. After all of the darkness and sadness, soon comes happiness. If you surround yourself with positive things, you'll gain prosperity. On behalf of the Waukegan Unit School District 60 Board of Education, congratulations, Waukegan High School class of 2021. You made it. You survived. Now go forth and thrive. Bulldogs, be great.
Thank you, Mr. Ewing. While this is a celebratory occasion, we would be remiss if we did not take a moment to remember a former member of the class of 2021 that passed away at the beginning of her junior year. Please share a moment of silence with me as we remember Sophia Ahern. Thank you. All right, we've come to that time of the evening where I'm going to ask students, please make ready to receive your diplomas. Will the first row please stand?
Good evening. We'll be reading students' names and any reported awards and scholarships received. Nancy Carlene Miranda, College Merit Scholarship, Schuler Scholarship, Commendation toward Biliteracy in French, Seal of Biliteracy in Spanish, Illinois State Scholar.
Bianca Patricia Rivera.
Rebecca Pisano, College Merit Scholarship, Trio ETS Award, Seal of Biliteracy in Spanish, and Illinois State Scholar.
Carlos Layton Rivera.
Anthony Reyes.
Jonathan Delio Rivera.
Haley Marie Reyes, College Merit Scholarship.
Reina Jacqueline Rivera.
Ciara Julan Rincon.
Edna Saraí Rivera Martínez.
Juliana Rios, College Merit Scholarship.
Ángel Gregorio Rodríguez.
Fátima Rodríguez.
Cristian Rodríguez.
Jason Alexander Rodríguez.
América Rodríguez Bueno.
Jimmy Ednilson Rodríguez.
Celia Rogel.
Jonathan
College Merit Scholarship.
Jonathan Clay Rodríguez.
Valente Rogel Martínez.
Nubia Rodriguez.
Melanie Roldan.
David Thomas Rooney.
Arlene Romero.
Ciana Carmín Rosales.
Frank Romero.
Elijah Alexander Roses.
Randy Alberto Romero.
Lucas Kelly Rothwell.
Miguel Ruiz.
Taylor Blake Rouse, College Merit Scholarship.
Victoria Ruiz.
Jade Janet Rubí.
Alan Joan Salazar.
Lisbeth Ruiz.
Edgar Salvador Saldívar Gómez, Illinois State Scholar.
Alicia Emily Salgado.
Adilene Salgado.
Emilio Asael Salgado, College Merit Scholarship.
Ángel Josué Salgado.
Jason Michael Salgado.
Brianna Janelli Sanchez, College Merit Scholarship, sealed by literacy in Spanish.
Jose Jonathan Salgado.
Daniela Sanchez.
Kate Jacqueline Salinas, College Merit Scholarship, Trio ETS Award.
Erika Iliana Sanchez, College Merit Scholarship.
Abraham Sancha.
Yvette Sanchez.
Sara Sandoval, Illinois State Scholar.
Oscar Jose Sanchez, College Merit Scholarship.
Bryant Santana.
Stephanie Sanchez, College Merit Scholarship.
Shaheen Renee Scott, College Merit Scholarship.
Leslie Sanchez Gonzalez, College Merit Scholarship, Schuler Scholarship, sealed by literacy in Spanish.
Nicole Sue Seeger.
Madeleine N. Schitz.
Yancy Magali Segura.
Maya Alexandra Simpson.
Gabriela Serna Gutierrez, College Merit Scholarship.
Jaden Matthew Singh.
Alan Noé Sevilla Cordona.
Parver Singh.
Cristal Monique Arroyo.
Tikwe Mirage Smith.
Areli Rocio Avalos.
Ariana Mia Acosta.
Judah Jamar Barner.
Miguel Castro.
Itzel Dominguez.
Anthony Chavarria.
Hugo Gallegos.
Giselle Cruz.
Taryn Maurice Gibson.
Tammy Hemali Guadron.
Jennifer Lopez.
Julissa Natalia Hernandez Duong.
Araceli Macedo Marchan.
Jocelyn Antonia Linda Jackson.
Brandon Marion Martin.
Shaden Kelly.
Keanu William Murill.
Christian Millán.
Giselle Guadalupe Murillo.
Ariana Alexa Montalvo.
Rico Antonio Olmeda.
Christopher Montero.
Alex Toledo.
Valerie Marie Montes de Oca.
Raquela Lee Wallace.
Derek Alexander Moreno.
Hassan Naeem Washington.
Andrea Rogel.
Ángel de Jesus Zarate.
Julian Marcel Terán.
Sherlyn Zuniga.
Elijah Thomas.
Carlos Mendoza.
Samantha Mendoza.
Damian Mendoza.
Joshua Giancarlos Mendoza Vázquez.
Julio Nathaniel Miranda, College Merit Scholarship, Academic Excellence Award.
Giovanni Millán.
Isis Auset Mitchell, College Merit Scholarship.
Oscar Millán.
Taiwan Marquise Mitchell.
Sherlyn Marlene Millán.
Carlos Daniel Mujica, Commendation toward Biliteracy in Spanish.
Nidaline Monroy, College Merit Scholarship, sealed by Literacy in Spanish and Illinois State Scholar.
Cassandra Mojica.
Dominic Elijah Montalvo.
Jonathan Manuel Mondragon.
Angelina Montejano.
Mario Morales.
Sandy Montes de Oca.
Samuel Morales,
Saraí Montes de Oca,
Leonel Edgar Morales Cabrera,
Beatriz Susana Morales,
Ángela Morales Hernández,
Eva 9 Motley,
Irissa Renee Morris,
Beatriz Muñoz Aboites, commendation toward Bailaiteras in Spanish,
María Ángel Motino,
Jesus Murillo, College Merit Scholarship,
Alaya Marie Noriega,
Christopher Willy Nava Reyes,
Adrián Núñez,
Yaretsi Arisbeth Nieto, College Merit Scholarship, Schuler Scholarship,
Lisbeth Núñez, College Merit Scholarship,
Jennifer Lorianis Oliva,
Luis Ángel Ocana,
Kelly Rachel Oliva Torres,
Guadalupe Ochoa,
Chelsea Olmos,
Jose Antonio Ochoa, College Merit Scholarship,
Suhey Ontiveros, College Merit Scholarship, CO Bailiteras in Spanish,
Selena Olayo,
Angie Ordóñez, College Merit Scholarship, ES, CO Bailiteras in Spanish,
Felipe Ortiz,
Alex Orduña,
Jocelyn Ortiz, Schuler Scholarship, Seal of Biliteracy in Spanish, Commendation toward Biliteracy in French.
Salvador Orduña Velasco,
Jacqueline Oseguera,
Gisela Net Palomar, College Merit Scholarship,
Rosalinda Oseguera,
Juan Paniagua,
Brandon Misael Padilla, College Merit Scholarship,
Maralis Parra,
Isaac Ali Palacio,
no. Rubén Parra,
Shirley Yazbet Palacios,
Jason Stefan Panet,
Alfonso Perez,
David Eric Pedrosa,
Javier Perez,
Alexia Guadalupe Pérez,
Jose Alejandro Perez,
Samantha Ira Poniente, College Merit Scholarship,
Catherine Esmeralda Pineda Blanco, College Merit Scholarship,
Elmer Popoca,
Logan Christopher Platt, College Merit Scholarship, Illinois State Scholar,
Lisbeth Daisy Prado,
Zaya Monet Mosley,
Jacqueline Monica Ramirez,
Alexis Rosalie Poyer,
Jesly Renteria, College Merit Scholarship, Schuler Scholarship, CO Bailiteras in Spanish, and Illinois State Scholar.
Kayla Flores.
Nathaniel Ortiz.
Before I say the magical words, those of you that have the headsets, the translation headsets, please return those before you leave the Weiss Field. We would also like to recognize an individual that has helped us in the planning, organization, and preparation of this historic event. We would like to thank her. She's going to go crazy. Miss Massimo, can you please come to the stage? She put in tireless hours for this, and we went off script right here, so it was a little awkward. She's going to probably kill us afterwards, a figure of speech kill us. But thank you for all your hard work. We appreciate it. We tried to figure out a way how to hide that without her knowing. That's not easy. All right, here we go. Class of 2021, please stand. By the virtue of the authority vested upon me by the Superintendent of Schools of Waukegan Public School District, Unit Number 60, and the Board of Education, I hereby confirm that these students have completed the requirements as prescribed by the Illinois State Code and Board of Education policy. I hereby confirm these graduates, and therefore they are entitled to receive a diploma of graduation and enjoy whatever whatever benefits thereto. Students, please take your tassels and move them from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2021. You stand graduated. In preparation of moving out of Weiss Field, you will be directed to move off of your rows or out of your rows. Parents and guests, please go with your graduates. Thank you.